Good morning, everyone, from the Chickie Babies. Excuse my door. It is very dirty. Good morning, chickies. Everyone is ready to get out this morning. She's already been out, this one. Now, they're wanting to get out. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I am a part-time reseller, and today is a day in the life of a reseller. I'm going to be showing you my day. I have a couple of things reseller wise that I'm going to be doing, but I also have some things that's just normal life stuff that I will be showing. If that interests you, please stick around. On the agenda first is I want to straighten up my office. I want to go ahead and put up some inventory that needs to be hung up. I also want to organize this rack, which is for my live shows, and just make sure that all this clothing that's on that rack is what I want to keep in my live shows. And just overall clean this space, because right now it is horrible. I have shoes like just piled up here from that ThredUp rescue box that I just uploaded. I did start cleaning those shoes last night. So I have some that are ready to be photographed. I didn't get to all of them, but I'm going to go ahead and photograph what I have ready, just because the sunlight or the lighting is really good right now. And I do use natural lighting to take photos. So I will show you guys my setup for that and how I take photos. And then there's some other things that I'm going to be just throwing into this video that's part of my day that I need to take care of. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And let's first start by just straightening up this room and just getting things organized. For me personally, I feel like I work better in a space that is clean and organized. So I always like to start with that. So let's go ahead. Also, I wanted to share really quick, when I was reading the Word this morning, the Bible, this verse just stuck out to me so much, and it is Psalms 143:8. I wrote it on these little, what are these called? Index cards. I do like to do that. Am I good about doing this all the time? No, but I had to write this one on an index card because it just jumped out at me this morning. Psalms 143:8 calls me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Calls me to know the way wherein I should walk. I loved that. Calls me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Because every morning when I come to prayer, you know, I ask for guidance for my day, and this just spoke to me so much, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Let's go ahead and start cleaning up this office. For anyone that's new here, I did want to mention that is a box spring in the background. As I've said before in my previous, day in the lives, this is also a guest bedroom. So when someone comes to visit, we pull down that bed frame and everything. And when they're not here, we have to put that up against the wall. So I have room and space for an office. We are living in a very small place. So that is what we have to do at this moment. But yeah, so try to ignore that, but it's there. It's real life, I'm totally fine with it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so popping in to kind of explain what all these bags are, because you might be wondering. This is bags that I have used up, like as far as my inventory. I think I've mentioned this before, but I have been purging inventory, like really purging inventory. Went through all of my inventory, and whatever had not sold and had been sitting like for over a year or so, I had been auctioning it off on live shows. So definitely, if you are interested in watching one of my live shows, down below, just pop on, click on the link for my Poshmark closet, and that first picture that says like this post to be notified when I go live, just like that post, and every time I go live, you will be notified. But I have been auctioning off a lot of stuff that's been sitting, and I went from having like, I don't know, 320 listings to right now I'm like sitting at like 240. Now I remember maybe this time last year I was talking about how I wanted my inventory to be more, and I wanted to get it to like 350, 400. Just because when you have more inventory, you make more sales, blah, blah, blah. But there is no sense in me holding on to stuff that is not selling. I would much rather get rid of that item, get my money back, and then put it towards something that is going to sell quicker and for more profit. And that's just kind of how my mindset's been. I have been tired of looking at this stuff, like, you know what I mean, like for such a long period of time and it not moving. Like, for example, like I'm almost at the point of, this is just an example, there's a couple more. Like, for example, this tank top, really cute, right? It still has not sold, and I've had this listed since 2021. So stuff like that, where I'm trying to get rid of, I'm just going to auction off. This will possibly sell once it warms up, so I will hold on to it until then. But just, that's kind of like an example of things that's just not wanting to move. I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm over it, and I'm getting rid of it. So these are all the empty bags from all of that inventory I have been selling through. So yeah. Okay, desk looks a lot better and organized. Like, it's not really dirty or anything. It's just the part of me doing some organization. It just gets a little cluttered. Ooh, I do have some throws in here that I need. This one needs to be washed, but then the other one, I think I'm going to take it back to my living room just because they end up taking a lot of space. Box needs to be trashed. This is also going to my grandma because she saw it on my live show and she wanted it. Okay. So all of that definitely made me like very ready for a snack. So I'm gonna show you the snack I'm gonna have. Let's see. I actually have not had breakfast yet, so I guess you can say this is going to be breakfast for now, and then pretty soon I will have lunch in the next hour or so, but this will do me over until then. I don't like to eat these all the time because I know they have aspartame, but they are so good. They're just good. I can't say anything else, but they're really delicious. And they have a lot of protein. They hold me over. Like, I love having these protein yogurts. You can't even see me. I love having these protein type yogurts, even like the Oikos, for like a midday snack. Because I usually get hungry around like 4 o'clock, and we don't eat supper or dinner or whatever you want to call it until kind of late, until about 7:30. So a lot of times I like to have something like this that has protein in it that will do me over until we eat. So I'm gonna go ahead and have this, and we're gonna start our taking pictures because I want to get that done now so that I don't put it off, and that way I can start maybe cleaning some shoes. I need to actually turn on my computer and send out some offers and just look at stuff like on the different platforms that I sell on. And yeah, let's eat. Okay, so this is our setup. So I basically take pictures on top of my dresser. I have always done that since I started. I just like that my dresser color is a very neutral color. And what I do, which I'm gonna grab another pair, I'll do these. What I usually do is I set them up right here, like so. And I will kind of get them in a way to where it'd be like the first picture that I want to use. And let's say that would be the first picture. And then I would probably turn this way and just get the side view. I would turn them this way and get the back view. And then I would get the front view as well. And then I also get the bottoms. And if it has like a heel or like wear to the heel, I'll always take a picture of that. And if there's anywhere like these have some wear kind of around the toe, I would get that. Also get the inside and the inside tag, and just make sure that you can see the size tag to the shoe as well. So that is basically all that I do. And for that first photo that I just kind of showed you, this would kind of, I like to look at it with my camera. I might change that a little bit, but I will use that app. I used to use the app, what is it called? But it basically removes the background. But now Flip actually has its own now. So when you're listing, it will remove the background for you as well. If you just, there's like a button you can press. So I will remove the background. Yes, the TV's right here, but obviously when I'm taking pictures, you can't see my TV. All you see is like a white background for the first one, and then the other ones, it's just a neutral like background. So the reason why I'm showing this is just maybe you're wondering about reselling, but you just feel like you don't have the funds to have like a professional setup. You really don't have to have a professional setup. It's very simple. Like in this room, I do like taking photos in this is my bedroom, because there's so much natural lighting. I have 2 windows right here and it just pours in. So I actually photograph my clothing on this wall that's right here. And then I photograph my shoes right here. So it can be very simple, especially because now there's the technology where you can remove the background. But I will say, I would suggest if you're going to show the background in any of your photos, not just the first one, just make sure it's like a neutral, clean background, because people do, I mean, we buy things, we shop for things with our eyes, you know, so you want it to look clean and you want it to look presentable in the background. So yeah, that is basically it. That is basically my whole process of taking photos with shoes. I'm going to go ahead and get these photographed. I have 5 pairs of shoes here that I need to photograph, and then I'm probably going to go clean some shoes. And if the sun is still good, the sunlight is still good, I might photograph the rest of those, but let's go ahead and get started. Of course, I do use my phone to record plus take photos, so you won't see that process, but at least you kind of know what I do. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this cake on. This is the first step of a very easy, simple tres leches cake. You've probably seen this before, but if you have not tried it, I definitely recommend. So I have used yellow cake mix before, but I've never used the white cake mix. Last time I made this, which was a couple of weeks ago for my husband's birthday, he loved it so much. He asked for it again, but I want to try the white cake mix, and I want to do it a little bit differently. So last time I followed the ingredients that it tells you to do on the back. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of substitutions for that. So instead of oil, we're going to use butter, and instead of water, we're going to use milk. So let me go ahead and melt down my stick of butter. Okay, so I realized I might have needed to do like a bigger bowl for it, because this one was feeling a little bit small. So I'm gonna whisk together my eggs and milk in a bowl. I know you probably don't have to do it that way. Ooh, I got egg everywhere. You could probably just throw everything together, but I'm so stuck on like mixing my wet ingredients first. Maybe it's not needed for this recipe. That's what we're gonna do. So 3 eggs. And so 1 cup of water, we're gonna substitute for milk. I just have some 2% milk here. That's what I always buy. You could do whole milk. Oh my goodness. That is going everywhere. Okay, so adding in our milk with our eggs. We're gonna whisk these up. I do have a hand mixer over here that I'm gonna use in just a second, but I can just use a little fork and whisk this together first. And I'm gonna slowly add in my butter because it is hot and I don't want it to scramble my eggs. Making sure they're not scrambled. Okay, now we're gonna add this to our cake mixture, and I'm gonna use a not stand mixer. I'm gonna use a hand mixer to mix this together really well. The recipe also says that you can add in, oh my gosh, I literally got this on my glasses. I'm like the messiest cook. Is anyone else that way? Recipe also says that you can add in vanilla extract and pudding mix. So feel free to do that. And I hope this turns out right because this is so thick. I'm not used to like cake mix being that thick. It's like brownie batter. That's literally what it's like. So hopefully I didn't ruin this. I just have never substituted the stuff with milk before, or butter, so we'll see. So now you need a 9x13 greased dish. I'm using this one. It's just a basic, what's it called? Glass. So we're gonna try our best to get that in there and evenly distribute that. But you don't have to do the substitution like I did. It is perfectly fine to just follow the cake mix instructions. I have done it that way, and it turned out just fine. It was still very good. But we're gonna see how this one is because this might be a lot better this way. So for this particular cake mix, it is $3.50 for like 38 minutes. Yeah, this is some thick batter. Somehow, this is so strange. It don't feel right. Okay, so our cake just came out as a little brown, but that is okay. Now we're about to have lunch. We are having a Mexican style rice today with Basically just taco ground beef and Mexican rice and black beans. And then my toppings is going to be guacamole, sour cream, pico. That's the ones that I use. It's super delicious. This is definitely something that I could eat very regularly. I love Mexican food, and this is definitely cheaper making it at home. So yeah, gonna go eat this, and I know that this is full of a lot of food today, but just thought it would be interesting to show you guys my day, and the food that I eat. Okay, so I'm now sitting here about to get some listing done. I had to do a little bit of troubleshooting with the uploader that I use usually to upload photos. Forgive my hair, you guys. It is like I need to wash my hair tonight. I should have did it last night. I just wasn't thinking, that I was going to do a video today, so I apologize for that. But what was I saying? I was having a little bit of issues with my uploader. Usually I use Photo Legacy, which has always been great. I've never had an issue with it. They came out with a new one though for HP that is not as good. And it takes it does more steps to get the job done, if that makes sense. I feel like so I was trying to troubleshoot how to get Photo Legacy back, because I've been still using Photo Legacy, but then apparently it no longer exists anymore. So that's unfortunate. So anyway, finally figured it out. Now we're about to get some listing done. If you're new to my channel, I use Flip Cross Lister. That is my OG. I use that one. And when I'm listing, I also love using Google Lens to just find what the product is, as far as like what it's been listed. Okay, start over. I use Google Lens to Google search the picture of that item. Sorry, I'm using my front facing camera. I get confused of which way to look. And a lot of times what happens is when you use that, you will find other listings of that item, and it's very helpful to list. So it just makes listing a whole lot simpler. Okay, so apparently Macari is having some issues with listing from Flip, which is not just with Flip. I've had some issues listing on Macari for like a little bit over a week now. Like sometimes I'll try to list on there. Actually, it's been longer than a week, and it'll say that I'm out of the country, like something like that. And I'm like, what? So Macari needs to get it together. But anyway, that's what I'm about to do now. It is now 4:20. It took me 20 minutes to figure out how to upload pictures. A lot of time wasted there. So I'm going to sit here for 1 hour. That's usually what I'll do. I will give myself like a total time of a lot of time to work. And then I will get as much as I can get done in that a lot of time. I know a lot of people use that method. It's very beneficial. And it's helpful just for time management. So that is what I'm about to do. And then after I'm finished listing, or after I finish the listing for the hour, we will go and finish the cake. I did already do the milk mixture part, but it's very simple. I'll go over that part with you guys, and then we'll do the topping, and the cake will be done. So let's get our listing done. Okay. Okay, so I'm curious as how people put their titles in their listings. I'm very curious about that. So I've been watching The Hustle Couple, and they definitely do really good titles. So I'm just curious, how do you guys title your items? Let me grab an item and I will show you, or grab one of those shoes and I will show you how I titled it. Okay, for example, these. You saw me take photos of these earlier. So for these, I would title them Steve Madden Black Layden, because Layden is the style name. Layden Chelsea boot, chunky lug heeled, size 7. I'm curious, how would you do the title for these? I'm just curious of how other people title things. I will not say I've noticed like because I just started titling that way. Used to, I would just put Steve Madden Black Layden Chelsea boot, but now I'm trying to put style names in the title as well. I wouldn't say that I've seen like a big difference as far as like sales, but I do feel like it's beneficial. But I'm just curious, how do you list? How do you title your items? Okay, let me continue this or I will never get it done. Okay, so we are on the last step of this Tres Leches cake, and I want to go ahead and get it done before my lighting just goes away. I skipped over and didn't show the part of where I put the milk mixture. So all you need is a can of evaporated milk, a can of condensed milk, and 1 cup of regular milk. And you're going to whisk that really good. You're going to poke holes all in your cake, and do not skip this this step that I'm about to say, because I didn't know to do this the first time or the last time I made it, which was the first time, and it did not soak up the liquid like it should. But go ahead and trim around your cake, kind of like you can see there, and it really soaked up the mixture way better. And I will say, if you don't make your homemade whipped topping, you can definitely use just, you know, regular whipped topping, but do not get the Great Value brand, because I bought the Great Value this time. The consistency is definitely not the same, and to be honest, I will probably never buy this one for a Tres Leches cake again. I will get the name brand. I'm gonna try my best to do this. Last time it was not this difficult because the consistency was just amazing for like the name brand Cool Whip. So this is probably not going to be the prettiest, but get regular brand Cool Whip. Do not try to save money and get the Great Value brand like I did, because it is definitely more liquidy and just not as whipped as the name brand. So but yeah, just try to get it on there as best as you can. It does not have to be perfect by any means. And I did refrigerate this for probably about 2 hours or so, but you can refrigerate it as long as you want. And you need to refrigerate it before you add this, because it will melt. But this is already melting. It's going to be a mess, but yeah, definitely learned my lesson not to use the Great Value brand of whipped topping. Okay, there we go. Or to just make mine homemade, which I might do next time. All right, so my last one looks so much better than that on the top, but that's okay. And then you're gonna put some kind of fruit on top. I'm doing strawberries, but you could do anything on top of this. I believe you could do pineapple on top of this if you wanted. If you wanted it to be like more citrus, you could do raspberries. You could do just so many different types. I've even thought about making this one day and actually doing like shaved chocolate, like dark chocolate. And also I've seen people drizzle caramel over the strawberries as well. That looks delicious. Last time I sliced my strawberries. This time I decided to like chunk them up like this. I feel like it's easier to get the strawberries in every bite. And that is it, you guys. That is the Tres Leches cake. Okay, so it is the end of the day. It is 5:30. We got our cake done. Pretty soon I'll be starting supper for me and my husband, which I'm not going to show in here. I did show you guys my lunch. So technically you kind of saw a what I eat in a day, as well as my breakfast, which wasn't much of a breakfast. I had a yogurt, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just follow me around in my day. I know I'm not much reseller content when it comes to every single day of my life. As I've said before, I am part-time and I'm also a homemaker, and that is definitely a priority in my life. So behind the scenes, I'm still cleaning and taking care of my animals and doing those types of things, and I'm trying to fit reselling into my life as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the content either way. And if you have any suggestions for me as far as what you would like to see more of, just let me know. I'm going to sit here for the next like extra 30 minutes or so and try to see if I can get a couple of more listings out, because I basically only have 3 more listings because I have 3 more shoes to list. If I could just sit here and get those done, that would be really great. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to concentrate and do that. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.